Hello. So I just wanted to talk about the coding again a little bit on the adventure game, just to give you a few pointers based upon what you've already done. So I've looked at what some of you have done, and it's great. You've made a good start, but there's one or two little issues that I just wanted to try and help with. So first of all, a lot of you have done a definition for game start, which is brilliant. But when you do a definition, you do have to have these things indented all the way down that definition. So this definition's got them all indented there. They can't be here. If you move something into there, it's no longer in the definition. It's separate. So you've got to keep them lined up. So keep those things lined up inside your definition. So in order to start this definition, you need to run it at the bottom. So this is where my program starts, and it goes for game start, and that takes the code up to here, and it starts to run the code. The other thing that one or two of you have done is move on from there and go for another definition and another location, which is really good. So here is me calling my first location, which is Meadow. So Meadow is my first location, and here it is, the actual code for it. So when this bit of code runs, it jumps down to here and starts running the code in Meadow. So I've got a description we've printed, and then this time I'm going to give people the option of actually choosing something. So my input is, what do you want to do? I've just made it into lower. All this does is choice.lower. It just makes whatever input they've put in into lowercase. So I don't have to test whether they've put capital cave or lowercase cave or part and part. It all goes into lower. So if choice is exactly equivalent to the double equals cave, and notice that the cave is in quote marks. So you've got to put those quote marks in, because what they're typing into here is a string, and we're going to compare exactly what they've put in there with this string. So if they've written cave, we're going to do this. We're going to say, you're going to the cave. I've just used the sleep thing again to wait for 2 seconds just to make it look a bit more dramatic. And then we're just calling the cave definition. And, we can put a code comment in there if we want to. So something like go to the cave definition. And that's what that bit does. So that's our if. We've got an elif, the choice is forest, then funnily enough we're going to go to forest. Else, if they haven't put cave or forest, because they're the only two things they can do in the meadow bit at the moment, then we go back to meadow. So if it's an invalid input or any other input apart from cave or forest, we're just going to call meadow, and we'll go back to the meadow and to display the description again and give you another chance to input give some input. So that's creating the meadow. Now, the other thing that some of you have done but struggled with the indenting again is this if, else, elif and else statement. So you can see that they're all lined up, but all the bits inside the if are indented again. So they have to be indented from that if statement there. So that bit and that bit and that bit are all if you put cave in, whereas those three bits are only if you put forest in, and then these bits here only if it's else, if none of those apply. So you've got to make sure this indent is correct. So that's the indenting. So in order to create your definition, I would suggest you write exactly the same type of thing in each definition at the beginning, where you've got a print statement describing where it is, and you're almost certainly going to need the same code, and we'll look at that in a second video.